Hello. Hello. Good morning. I think my microphone is a little too far. Don't mind me while I scoot it closer. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good whatever time it is for you today. Also, thank you for coming to my sort of impromptu, just chatting stream. Also, hello, everybody. It is lovely to see you. I'm here to talk about some stuff today. But like, first and foremost, don't worry, I'm not quitting VTubing. I'm not quitting. I like this too much to quit. So, put those worries at ease, but it is nice to see you. But yeah. There are some stuff, there is some things that I want to talk about. In just relation to streaming at large. Hello. But yeah, because it's... I don't even know how to start. I guess I'm just gonna jump right into it since, you know, there's no fear of me leaving. I'm not stopping VTubing. I like this way too much. I have way too much fun. So, that's not a concern. But, I don't know. I've had a lot of feelings about obviously there's gonna be immersion breaks today. Like, you know, we all know that, like, there's a person behind this, like, you know, I'm a human being and this is a character and everything, right? So immersion break, right? We're peeling back the layers a bit. So I've had reservations about, I know, shocking. I'm not really an anime boy with beautiful yellow eyes that can change colors with a robot arm. Oh my goodness. But how shocking. Someone tell the press. This is how I get canceled, by saying that I'm not actually a homunculus. But anyway, so I've had some reservations with just sort of the brand that I have built for a very long time. Honestly, since I debuted, I've been like, do I really want to do this? Do I really want to commit to this? To the image that I've created, to the lore that I've made, to everything that I've toiled for hours and hours and hours on? Do I actually want to commit to it? And then I never actually sat down to figure out an answer to that question. So that was a mistake. Because while I really like everything that I've done as Vitruvian J, there are many ways in which I jumped into it way too quickly. There have been many things that were, I guess, like an oversight. I thought that I wanted to do one thing, but after spending a year doing VTubing, I have realized that is not the thing that I want to do. This is not kind of the character that I want to be. And it's really just snowballed into a lot of stress and a lot of, like, burnout, because I feel like there's a performance that I need to put on and a character that I need to be, and it just sort of looms over you. Because there was a way that I started off, and I have since grown since starting, so now I'm at a point, character-wise, role-playing-wise, where I am unhappy and I am dissatisfied. And there's also some things just more vainly appearance-wise, as far as I look, that I also jumped into way too quickly, and I'm very dissatisfied with the way that, you know, my model looks and shit, which is kind of disappointing. Because, like, as an artist, as a creative person, I spent a very long time putting together all of the pieces for Vitruvian J. I've never done, like, a deep dive into it. Maybe I will on, like, my art YouTube or whatever in the future, but I'm going to talk about it here anyway. This is my house, so I can do what I want forever. But, so there was a lot of symbolism that went into the model appearance. Every single thing has a meaning. Every single symbol has a correspondence, and I'm super into it, and I understand the depth of all of this symbolism, and I was like super excited for other people to also understand it, because if there was somebody who knows as much about alchemy and the occult and all this stuff that I do, they would look at Vitruvian J, they'd look at the model, they'd look at all these symbols, they'd look at the writing on the arm, they'd look at everything, and they'd be like, oh, there's like fucking dozens of levels of symbolism here. And nobody sees it, so then I just sort of look like an average Joe, I guess. And that's incredibly disappointing to me as a creative person. Like, and nobody's gonna sit and do like 27,000 hours worth of research on alchemy and you know, homunculi and the Enochian language and, you know, colors and design principles and all this shit that I poured all of this energy into. Nobody's gonna go and do all of that research. So then my appearance at large, my lore at large, it all falls leagues short of what I wanted to accomplish as far as having a vision went. I definitely get what you're saying. Most definitely incredible that you put it all together. Well, thank you. But yeah, like there's so much that went into everything that I created. Like even the, you know, like the Oshi marks are like, there's a peacock in there. Look at me. The only peacock thing that I have is my fancy little button, and then sort of my cape, which I guess I'll just, you know, the cape kind of has like peacock whatevers on it, and it was vaguely meant to look like feathers. The color is actually what I'm leading up to here. But so the peacock thing, as far as alchemy goes, the peacock is a symbol of success and fulfillment. The lore of Vitruvian J was the pinnacle of the alchemist who created him. So it was the embodiment of the peacock, right? Because she succeeded. She created the homunculus she wanted to create. So Vitruvian J was supposed to embody that symbolically. Also, there's in alchemy at large, so the quest for the Philosopher's Stone was called the Magnum Opus, the Great Work, and there's generally 3 to 4 accepted stages in the creation of the Philosopher's Stone in the Magnum Opus. But sometimes certain alchemists would write about in-between stages of these main ones, and one of those stages was the Cauda Pavonis. Cauda Pavonis means peacock's tail, and it was categorized and named as such because the material used to create the Philosopher's Stone would shift from whatever color and whatever, you know, appearance it had before to be brilliantly, like, blue and green and iridescent, similar to what a peacock looks like. Which, you know, ties right back into the peacock symbolism of success and fulfillment. And nobody knows that. Like, nobody knows that about alchemy. Nobody, like, knows that looking at me, looking at Vitruvian J, if somebody knew that, they would look at the peacocks, they would look at the symbols on my shoulders and my chest and the colors, and they would be like, oh shit, that's the color of the Magnum Opus. Nobody sees that. Nobody knows that. And it's a really cool hidden lore, but it's so fucking disappointing to me, who poured so much time and effort into every tiny little thing in my model, and nobody sees that. Nobody gets it. And then it makes the whole character, the whole appearance fall short because nobody understands why I look the way I do. Very frustrating as a creative person, very frustrating as an artist, and then frustrating further as a character, because then if nobody sees where all of these symbols are and what they all mean, how can people connect with the character that I'm trying to be? How can they connect with the lore? How do you build a connection to that? Because I put so much emphasis on the lore and on the story and on the character and on design and on vibe and all that stuff. So it's just very disappointing to me personally, and I'm dissatisfied with it. And it has just fed into the larger stress that I feel about I have to put on a certain character, but I'm not satisfied with the character anymore. That's not to say that I don't like Vitruvian J, because I really, really do. Also, that's another thing. My entire name is a reference. It's like 2 references, maybe even 3 if you want to make a reach for that. But and nobody understands the reference of Vitruvian or like J. So again, it's just I put so much work into it for people to just not understand it, because I assumed that more people would, and then they didn't, so it's a disappointment. But going off of the name thing, because it also kind of bothers me. Okay, so shockingly, the hold on. Where's Firefox? I wanted to snooze an ad. Anyway, so my name, IRL, my real life name, begins with the letter J. And I did not intend for people to call me J, because I didn't expect so many people to stumble over saying the name Vitruvian. So, which, like, because to me it's obvious how you pronounce it, but I also recognize that maybe it's not so easy for other people who don't study languages for fun. So again, that was another oversight. And exactly, say J because it's shorter. It's shorter, it's easier, it's faster to remember, like, that's great. And I didn't mind at first, because also J originally, I chose the letter J because, again, in the fancy lore that I created, one of the only alchemists in history that we know who wrote extensively about the creation of homunculi, his name, and I'm probably going to butcher it a little bit, so I apologize for that, is Jabir ibn Hayyan. And so I was like, okay, so the alchemist is going to use, you know, the research of Hayyan and also Hohenheim, and create her homunculus that way, and I want to sort of have a reference to Hayyan, but I don't want to use an H, because that just Vitruvian like that doesn't flow well, Vitruvian and any sort of H name, so I just chose the J letter, and I couldn't come up with another name, and I didn't want to use Jabir directly, so I was just, well, what if we just do J, because a J is another type of bird. So, you know, I kept that, and that was fine. And I didn't really have any sort of problem with it. But the more that I became dissatisfied with the character of Vitruvian J, the more the line ended up blurring between J and then, like, me as a real human fleshy person. And I don't really like how much that line has blurred, because obviously my real personality comes through when I stream. But at the end of the day, there is a level of separation between me and between the character that I stream as. So the line between my identity as a person and J is a little bit too close for comfort. And again, it just sort of feeds back into like, well, if it's too close for comfort, then why don't you just be a different character? You know, and again, that wasn't really something that I've allowed myself to think about, the idea of being a different character, or even just shifting the way that I carry Vitruvian J, and be him, I guess. But it sounds very silly. If you do not know or don't, like, act or anything like that, like, okay, people who play, like, role-playing games and stuff, or even who just get, like, super immersed in video games with choices and with narratives and stuff like that, sometimes it can be extremely difficult once you have worked yourself into a certain character, into a certain persona, into a certain set of circumstances, and if you want to drastically shift, if you want to do like a 180, or if you're like, I don't want to play nice anymore, I'm gonna be evil now. But it's very difficult for you to make the mental jump to like be evil, or to make the opposite choices that you naturally would make. It's very much feels the same thing. Me being Vitruvian J, there's certain things that I want to do as a streamer or as a performer or, you know, as a creator that with the brand I have built with Vitruvian J, there's certain things that I feel Vitruvian J cannot do. An evil arc. I wish I could do an evil arc. Watch out. I'm evil now. Hold on. Watch. I'm evil now. Ooh. But anyway, yeah, there's just certain things that I feel as Vitruvian J I cannot do because of the brand that I have already built. And that's very frustrating because it shouldn't be that difficult, but there's just the mental block there. And it really puts a hindrance on the things that I feel comfortable doing. And that sucks. And again, it exacerbates the dissatisfaction that I feel at large. So that's that. But another, and I don't want to come across as like I'm using this to vent, because I'm not venting. I have vented to people. I've vented to my friends a lot already. So I'm just sort of relaying the decision and the reason why behind my decision that I have not said yet. Unless you follow my Twitter, in which case you know. I'm just gonna go forward with a rebrand, and I'm just gonna sort of come back with a new name and a new everything, basically. But I'm not gonna stop streaming. I like streaming too much, but I feel like having a fresh, not really a fresh start, because I'm gonna keep like the same Twitch channel and the same Twitter and stuff. And oh, thank goodness, yeah. I'm not stopping. I'm not going away. I like this too much. But yeah, once I have stuff like settled and I guess ready to go, I'm just gonna change, twitch.tv Vitruvian or /Vitruvian_J to whatever name I choose next, which, truth be told, I've already drawn up a whole concept. I already have lore. I already have a name and everything like that, but I don't want to. I even have fucking overlays, my guy. Like, I made the decision, and I was like, but do I really want to make the decision? I said as I continued to draw a brand new fucking VTuber design. Like, it's very silly. But so I've already got stuff that I am working on, which it's very nice to sort of be in control of how I look in the sort of images that I want to craft for myself. It's good that I have it. Can we get a hint? Yeah. It's let's see. I could just tell you. I mean, I guess I don't have to. Okay, so basically, the vibe is ex-seraph, like an ex-angel, and currently worshipped as a false god. That's the vibe. But so yeah, we're still. I'm glad that you like it. But yeah, so I've already drawn it. I already have like a model that I'm working on. I already have a name. I've got a bunch of stuff. I've even started setting up a Discord server for it already. So when I start all of this nonsense, I'll just post that immediately instead of never doing it like I did with Vitruvian J. I'll kneel before you and pray. Thank you. But yeah, I think it'll be a lot of fun, and I've literally had this idea for like an ex-seraph VTuber for like months. It's been in my back pocket. On my knees for Vitruvian J. Well, you'll be on your knees for someone else in maybe a few months, but anyway, so that's the vibe. I'm still working on it. I don't want to like tease any of it because I want it to be a surprise, but I have been working on it. I've had this idea for forever, as long as it's still you. It definitely will still be me. Like I said, my personality and everything comes through very genuinely when I stream and stuff. None of that is a performance. None of that is an act. So if you like me, first of all, thank you. And second of all, it really is me. So I don't put on any sort of performance about like the things I find funny or the things that I say. When you describe the Epic of Gilgamesh endlessly, yes. See, that's definitely the genuine me right there. Greatest personality. Oh, thank you. It's very reassuring that I'm not like annoying at least. But I mean, even if I was annoying, like, too bad. So, whatever. If you find me annoying, then why have you trapped yourself in a stream with me? But, so no. Anyway, it's the genuine me. The only thing that'll be changing is the way that I look, I guess. Mostly. So, yeah, and also that's another thing. Drawing Vitruvian J is exceedingly challenging. I can't think of any way to draw myself nicely. Which is odd because, you know, it's just art. Just draw yourself doing whatever. And I just can't get the gears turning. But it's you know, it's really weird. Lots of details. Yeah, that also. I don't know why I thought it was a good idea to have a mechanical arm. I hate drawing geometry and machines. Yeah, but you know, fucking why did I think this was a good idea? Well, because it looks cool. But anyway, it's very difficult to draw myself, so then it's very difficult to sort of show off what my skill set is that way. But with this other design, first of all, it's a hell of a lot easier to draw for me. It just flows more naturally. I don't have to think so hard about that. So that's nice. And truthfully, I've already drawn like 5 pieces of art for the new model that don't even include the model itself. But it's a lot easier. I like the design a lot more. I've also spent a lot more time working on it in a different way than I spent time working on Vitruvian J. Because so the truth come out. Why did Vitruvian J start VTubing in the first place? Because okay, so first of all, I've streamed for a number of years on and off before I even figured out that VTubing was a thing. And I was fascinated by VTubing because I was like, I want to be a pretty anime boy. So I was like, that's a dream come true. And I'm an artist. I could just do this. So I did it. But the thing that sort of pushed me to actually do it was fucking Niji Sanji auditions. I wanted to audition for Niji last year. And because I think being a corporate VTuber would be nice for my income. So needless to say, I did not get in. But you know, ultimately, I think I would still enjoy doing VTubing on a corporate level, but I've auditioned, I think, twice, and it didn't work out, so then I was like, oh, whatever, I'm still kind of small, I'm still figuring out what I want to do anyway, so let's just not audition for any agencies, and let's just do what I want to do. But anyway, my very first model looked like garbage because I found out auditions were going on and that they were going to close in like 2 weeks. So I was like, okay, I'm going to learn Live 2D Cubism now. And I'm going to make myself a model that I can send in an audition with now. And I did. So, like, literally on my art channel, I made like a video. It's like, I learned Live 2D Cubism in 3 days, and I fucking did. I drew my entire first model, and I rigged the entire thing in 3 days, and it looked awful. And because it was only 3 days. And then I spent the next several months refining this and putting this together, which looks a hell of a lot better than my original model did, but because of the fact that I made the impulsive decision to make a VTuber and just sort of run with the first idea that I had, I did not sit down and do the concept art thing for Vitruvian J. I didn't really have much, see, this is why when my debut in May was closing in, that's why there was the question in my head, do I really want to commit to this idea, this image, this character that I've created? Because I never sat down and figured out what I wanted to be a VTuber of in the first place, because I made the decision to do so in like 2 seconds. So it's been a thought in my head for a very, very long time, literally since I started, and I just jumped into it way too quickly. I had a very loose idea. I drew like one draft, and I was like, that's it. That's the design I'm sticking with forever. And that was not very wise of me to do so, because now I'm very dissatisfied and I'm rebranding. So, you know, advice for aspiring VTubers, fucking think about it first. Like, but anyway. So yeah, I rushed into a design, an idea way too quickly, and while it's cool and I enjoy everything that I've done, and I've already talked about the symbolism and everything, the work that went into it, I very much enjoyed everything that I did. My lore video, fucking tip-top, man. Tip-top. Super professional, awesome. I still go back and watch it. First idea was a hot mess, right? Like, that's just how it be with designs and with characters. I do character design, like, as an artist, like, not as a streamer, not as a VTuber, like, as an artist, that's what I do. Like, I design characters, and I didn't design Vitruvian J in the way that I should have from the beginning. So, with the idea of a rebrand and, maybe I want to do a different character and stuff, I've been taking the time to figure out what kind of vibe that I want to have and what appearance the new model is gonna take. And, I've thought about it, and I've drawn a lot of drafts, and I have a design that I'm satisfied with. So, that's what I'm going with. And like I said, I will show it off when when I have the ref sheet and stuff and the model almost finished being rigged, because I do my own rigging and everything. When it's closer to being done, I'll show it off. But that being said, because it's not even close to being done yet, like, I'm still drawing the model itself. I'm still going to be streaming as Vitruvian J for until it's done. for until it's ready. So yes, but then it's not going to come out of nowhere. It's like, oh, all of a sudden, just angel looking whatever. But there will still be warning. But I'm not going to stop streaming in the meantime, because that just seems dumb. I like streaming. Why would I stop? Why would I stop? Like, I like doing it. So I'll still be Vitruvian J for a while until it's done. And then I'll let everybody know when I'm going to make the change. But so in regards to, because this is a good segue into it, in regards to social media and stuff, like I said earlier, this Twitch channel will, because I've already hit affiliate, I don't want to fucking go through all that nonsense all over again. Like, there's no point. So when the time comes, my Twitch handles and all of this is just going to change to the new name and everything. So it'll still be here. And also, I don't want to, like, lose, connections to all you lovely people and, mutuals and stuff like that. I don't want to get rid of all that and lose everyone. So I'm not starting over with a new channel. I would cry. Exactly. I would cry too. So, which is exactly why I'm not going to do it. And I'm just going to change my username when the time comes. And the same will happen with Twitter. I'll switch my handle over immediately. But for my but because also on Twitter, I left it up to a poll, which I'm sure at least one of you voted in, but whether to keep it or to make a new one, and the results were overwhelmingly to just keep the current Twitter. So I'll just do that. I'll probably end up like deleting the Vitruvian J looking tweets so that in theory it's like a clean Twitter, but it's not a brand new account, you know? Just so that it's not confusing. Like if you go in like a fucking archive and you see this angel whose name is not Vitruvian J saying that they're Vitruvian J and posting art that does not look like the model, you know, just to avoid confusion, I'll probably get rid of all those tweets and then start over, but it'll still be the same Twitter account. If there's a way to like archive a Twitter, maybe I'll like, you know, the content of it, maybe I'll look into that, but I don't know. It almost doesn't matter at the end of the day. But, so I also have a TikTok and a YouTube channel that have, you know, like clips and all of my VODs go on YouTube. Those are going to stay there. I'm not deleting TikTok. I'm not deleting YouTube. Those will just be like permanent archives of Vitruvian J, and then there will be a new YouTube channel for, you know, Seraph VODs and, you know, TikTok clips, I guess. So, yeah. that's what's gonna happen in regards to social media. So I'm only gonna be disappearing on platforms where nobody even watches the stuff to begin with. So the important things like Twitch and Twitter I'll just switch my usernames over so it's easiest for everybody and nobody gets lost. But I think I should have written down like a list of things that I wanted to hit and talk about, but I didn't. So but I think that was like just about everything that I wanted to talk about. Anyway, but there was before I said that there was one other thing on my mind. Where did it go? Let's see. Social media. I've already talked about. Hold on. My mind is like a steel trap if the steel trap was broken. Oh, I remember. Timeline. My goal is I would like to have the new model done by, well, wait, it's halfway through November. I was gonna say the end of the year and then shoot for like a New Year's type of reveal for the new model, but that seems very soon. I'm gonna try to do it like around the new year, like January, maybe for my birthday. Because my birthday is January 15th. So maybe I'll just do like a birthday reveal or something. That seems like a nice goal to have. Like a mint. I don't want to call it like a re-debut, but that's essentially what it is. I don't even know if I'll have like a lore video or anything like that. But yeah, maybe for my birthday. What day is January 15th this year? Let me look. A Monday. Well, that fucking sucks. But I don't know. We'll see. But yeah. That's kind of the vibe. I'm going to be going forward with a rebrand, but I'm not going to stop VTubing. I'll still be streaming in the meantime. And, relevant social media will just change handles. So that I don't lose contact with everybody. I'll have a Discord this time, for real, when I do the rebrand. But, yeah. I think that was really everything that I wanted to cover. Actually. I don't know. This is just sort of like a supplementary point, I suppose. So excited for you. Thank you! I'm also excited. I am very much looking forward to it, in all honesty. Like, I am looking forward to it, because I feel like it'll be a lot of fun. I really enjoy what the new design looks like. Like, I'm looking forward to it. yeah, I think it'll just be a lot more fulfilling. If you're happy with it, then we're happy. Thank goodness. It's nice to know that, you know, there is support for the change, because I know it's a big change, and it's kind of been something that I've been really apprehensive about this whole time, because obviously everybody came to know me as Vitruvian J. So there obviously there's going to be apprehension where I'm like, I'm not Vitruvian J anymore. Instead, I'm blank. Like, I understand that there could be a lot of, you know, just, I guess, like not hesitancy, but not difficulty with the change, but just sort of like, it's a change, and it's a big change. So I you know, it's been on my mind. I'm like, well, do I really want to change? Because what if people don't like the new whatever? But you know, people don't necessarily come here for the appearance, I don't think, because he, you know, Vitruvian just looks fucking basic. It's like, ultimately, people stay because they like what I do or how I handle stream and, you know, personality and stuff like that. So what I look like is only secondary, but also what I look like matters to me. So, you know, again, it's all just one big fat cycle of what do you want to do? What is the answer? Because you're funny and you have the best fun facts. Thank you very much. I take pride in my fun facts. But, yeah, like, there's, like I said, I've just been thinking about this for a very long time. It's been on my mind this whole time. And it's only recently has it kind of compiled to the point where it's caused some stress. But I suppose the stress only came because I've been having so many scheduling issues. Like, you know, we had somebody move into the house, which is fine. He minds his own business. But, like, he's also very noisy. And he doesn't realize how noisy he is. And he doesn't realize how thin the walls in this house are. So it creates an issue when I'm trying to stream and he's blasting his television at, like, full volume, because then you can hear it on my microphone, and I don't like that. So I'm, like, trying to figure out when I can stream during times when he's not here. And, like, literally, so he goes to work at, like, 3 a.m., and then he comes home at, like, 2 p.m. Only he doesn't come home at 2 p.m. He can come home anywhere between noon and 2:30. Noon and 2:30 is exactly when I would normally stream. So, like, it creates a huge conflict because that's literally when I go live, right? So the alternative is just waking up earlier to stream earlier, which I was doing for a while. But then because I was waking up and then immediately starting stream, I was like, well, then I can't, like, I'm not giving my brain time to wake up in the morning. I'm not giving myself, you know, time to settle in for the day. I'm not giving myself the opportunity to have me time freshly after waking up. And it was just creating a lot of stress, and then it led to a bit of burnout, and then during the burnout, I was like, do I even want to be Vitruvian J anymore? And now here we are. So, ultimately, I figured out my answer, but not without a lot of burnout along the way, and a lot of frustration. So, but that is to say that I'm not quite sure when my streaming timetable is going to be. I could just tell him to shut up, but that also feels kind of rude. I obviously I wouldn't say it like that. I'm not that mean to the people I live with. But yeah, there's just, you know, there are factors in the times in which I'm going to have to stream, and I'm gonna have to, like, change my sleep schedule either way, because if I want to stream at all comfortably, I'm gonna have to do it earlier. But if I want time for myself so that I don't get burnout, I'm gonna have to wake up earlier so I have the time to do that before I start stream. You know what I mean? So there's layers to the stress avoidance and to how I need to proceed with streaming in the future, and I just suck at having a proper bedtime. So it's gonna lead to inconsistencies, which is why I also haven't been posting any sort of schedule lately, because I don't even know if I'm gonna have the energy to stream or if I'm gonna be able to recently, because the schedule has just been so fucked up in my house. But I'm gonna try to resolve it, and I'll stream whenever I have the you know, environmental noise safety to do so, and also like the spoons, because I do like streaming. I don't wanna stop streaming. I feel like it actually stresses me out more to not stream, because streaming is very relaxing. I like streaming. I like coming on and playing games and, you know, sharing that experience with people. I genuinely really like streaming. I love VTubing. I want to do this forever. So not doing it stresses me out more. Because this is very fun. But I'm gonna try to work hard to figure out a way that I can stream regularly without fucking myself, basically. But, yeah. So I guess that's really everything that I wanted to talk about. Thank you for coming, and thank you for listening to all that, and also being understanding and being supportive. I really do appreciate it. I was very apprehensive about coming to these conclusions and about making the changes and stuff, but yeah, I really do appreciate the support for all of this. Yeah, I'm gonna try to post something by the end of the year about the new design and stuff like that. Maybe because people don't really, you know, engagement sucks during the holidays, because everyone's like fucking traveling and shit. So maybe during like the week before, I got so scared when I saw the title. No, I'm not gonna quit. I'm not quitting. I promise. Like I said, this is way too much fun. Yeah, since engagement is garbage around like Christmas time, maybe the week before Christmas I'll just be like, see, that's very soon though. It's like a month away. That's very soon. I like, see, now that I said it out loud, I really want to do like the birthday re-debut as the cool new false god. Like, that sounds very fun. But that's also on a goddamn Monday. Why does my birthday have to be on a Monday this year? That sucks. Anyway, who knows? I'm gonna try to have something out by the end of the year anyway. And there will be announcements. There will be tweets. I will definitely have warning, and I'll be like, the last stream is Vitruvian J. And maybe, you know what? That's what we'll do. I had a great idea. For my last stream, I'm gonna beat Alchemist Simulator for my last Vitruvian J stream. We're gonna create the Philosopher's Stone for my final stream as the homunculus. That seems very thematically on point. I like that idea a lot, actually. That's what we're gonna do. Date to be announced, but that is the plan. Alchemist Simulator until I beat it. And then once I attain my own Philosopher's Stone, that'll be the end. But yeah, that sounds great, actually. I really like that idea. So, yeah, stay tuned for the end of the year, I suppose. Because I think that'd just be a nice fresh start, you know, new year, new appearance, whole new thing. That sounds nice. But yeah, I don't really have anything else to say. Sort of ramble about everything at least once. most subjects I've touched on like twice, maybe even 3 times. Yeah, I don't have anything else to say. Didn't know how to start, don't know how to end. Maybe I'll get better at that when I'm a false god. But, yeah. Yeah. I don't know when I'm gonna stream next. What day is it? Saturday? I don't know. Maybe I'll try to do something on Tuesday. Who fucking knows? Dude, I feel like it isn't even up to me anymore. I'll figure something. Oh, wait, no. I can't do it on Tuesday. I have a doctor's appointment on Tuesday. Well, shit. maybe Thursday. See, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But I'll tweet about it. There will be notifications if you have notifications about it. But yeah. That's it. I don't have anything else to say. For real this time. So yeah, I guess thank you for being here, and thank you for your support. Thank you for well wishes and all that stuff. Have a good Saturday. Thank you, and you as well. Yeah, there's not even really any fancy anything for me to say other than that. I guess I'm gonna go to the end screen now. But no, like, for real, thank you for showing so much, support and stuff. I really do appreciate it. And I'm not gonna harp on it anymore, lest I loop right back into saying the same 75 things that I've... well, 7 things, not 75 things. 7 things that I've said 75 times by now. So, yeah. Maybe I'll be back on Thursday. Probably with, like, Assassin's Creed or something like that. Anyway. I'm gonna go to the... yeah. But thank you very much. I appreciate everyone who came and hung out with me. Thank you for your support. Thank you for listening. Thank you for understanding. Thank you for all of that. I'm still gonna be Vitruvian J for a while. And on my Twitter, y'all will see relevant updates for when that changes. But yeah, I appreciate you guys, so I hope you have a wonderful day, and yeah, I will see you next time, and yeah, because I'm not going anywhere, so I'll see you next time. Have a wonderful day.